Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I am your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson. Let's talk about the weather for your Sunday evening. Now, looking at the radar right now, you can see that we do have some rain up here for Union, South Carolina, Chester, South Carolina, going up just to the east of Gaffney, South Carolina. Showers is possible pretty much throughout this entire region. That's why you can kind of see like the radar kind of trying to go on and develop a little bit more. But that's just from the Columbia radar. The Greenville radar shows a bit differently. And you can see heavy rain down there in like places like Atlanta, Georgia, and just in Georgia in general. As we move up to the MRMS, in terms of winter weather, you see here in Georgia, Alabama, you can see that we do have some rain going through those regions. Florida, we do have some rain over there, and it's through Tampa, Orlando, Miami regions as well. Over here inside of the Northeast, we do have some rain just off the coast. Also, up here inside of the northern Midwest, we do have some shower storms there. Rockies is showing some storms. Also, the West is looking a bit drier, but still some showers going on in Oregon. Also, down here inside of Texas and the Four Corners region, we do have showers, storms, and flash flooding going on there. In terms of cloud cover right now is pretty moderate right now. Not really too heavy, but still moderate from the upstate going down into the Midlands of South Carolina. Maybe even some strays going down towards Florence and Myrtle Beach. But other than that, that's pretty much it in terms of cloud cover. In terms of the future for cloud cover, as we push this forward, cloud cover will take over as we get into like tonight. But as we move into tomorrow morning, cloud cover will try to open up in like the Tri-County region, but it's not going to really last too long as more cloud cover will take over the state tomorrow. So it will be, again, probably another cloudy day again tomorrow. In terms of temperatures right now 75 in Columbia, 75 in Charleston, 77 in Savannah, 75 in Myrtle Beach, 75 in Greenville and Anderson, 75 in Rock Hill, 73 in Walhalla, and 79 Augusta, 75 in Sumter, and 73 in Florence. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. Low temperatures right now, or low temperatures for tonight, will be around 73 in Columbia, 73 in Charleston, 77 in Hilton Head Island, 72 in Myrtle Beach, 68 in Moncks Corner, 73 in wow, I almost said Columbia again. 70 in Camden, 71 in Winsboro and Rock Hill, 71 in Spartanburg and Greenville, 72 in Anderson and Aiken as well. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. Around half an inch to an inch possible in Barnwell, Aiken, and Columbia. Quarter of an inch to half an inch in Sumter is possible. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Florence is possible. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch in Dillon. Half an inch to an inch in Rock Hill. Quarter of an inch to a half an inch is possible in Anderson, Greenville, and Spartanburg as well. And then places like Orangeburg, just a quarter of an inch. And that's pretty much the trend as of now. But places like I'd say like the coastal regions probably won't see any rain during the next 24 hours. Portions of the PD and most of the low country of South Carolina will not see any rain as well. So right now it's really just looking like it's going to be from Orangeburg pretty much westward kind of. But as we continue on, here's the SPC outlook. You can see as we move into day one, which is tonight. Tonight it's just looking like some more everyday thunderstorms is possible going into tonight in the upstate. If those showers do continue, they do have the chance to uptrend. If we go into tomorrow we do have a TSTM for the entire state. So the entire state has a chance of receiving thunderstorms tomorrow. If you do get any rain or any showers tomorrow, it does have a chance of intensifying. And same thing for Tuesday as well. Tuesday, we still have a TSTM. The entire state has a chance of receiving a thunderstorm as we move into Tuesday, the entire state. In terms of excessive rainfall for tonight, we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall still in effect for the upstate of South Carolina tomorrow. From Greenville going all the way over to Rock Hill, we do have a slight risk of excessive rainfall, which means scattered flooding is possible. And minor flooding is possible from Columbia over there towards Augusta, Anderson, and places like Florence and Sumter. Nothing for day 3, which is Tuesday, nothing for Wednesday, and nothing for Thursday. So we're good in terms of both of those days. Now, in terms of the tropics, this is the big topic that I know a lot of people have been wondering about. This is the big topic in terms of probably the biggest topic of the video. But here is disturbance 1, 40% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days, no chance in the next 48 hours. An area of disturbed weather over the central tropical Atlantic Ocean is expected to interact with an approaching tropical wave during the next couple of days. Environmental conditions are forecast to become conducive for some development thereafter, and a tropical depression could form mid to late week while the system is in the vicinity of the northern Leeward Islands, Greater Antilles, southwestern Atlantic Ocean, or the southeastern Bahamas as well. So again, no chance of this forming within the next 48 hours, but a 40% chance within the next 7 days. So right now, not really worrying about this, or not really concerned about it yet. I mean, obviously it is something to watch, but I'm not really too concerned on it, and I will show you guys why in just a second. Because if you look at the GFS right here, see, as you push this forward, let's just talk about the future. We move through the 29th and the 30th. Rain will be possible. Same thing with the 31st. The 1st and the 2nd has the chance for some rain to push through. The 3rd and the 4th also has another chance. The same thing with the 5th and the 6th. But look at this. This low pressure that you just saw that just formed over here inside of the Gulf of Mexico. You can start. That's the system that we're watching. It really wasn't even there. I mean, you can see. Let me get my pen out real quick. You can see pretty much right here as this thing tries to move forward that you can see the moisture pretty much build up inside of the Gulf of Mexico, and then you start to see the low pressure form right there. So really, right now, it's only looking to be like a 1005 millibar low pressure and go close maybe towards like Florida or somewhere like that. But I mean, right now, it's not really expected to become any type of tropical storm or hurricane or anything like that. So that's just one model though. So again, this is obviously not going to happen, but this is just one model that we're just watching for. There's also another one as well, and as it goes off, you can kind of see that it strengthens some more. But in terms of the Euro, which is what we were watching yesterday for that Category 2 off the coast of South Carolina, you can see that it now has this thing becoming only like a 1008 millibar, going close to North Carolina and kind of just spiraling off. And that's pretty much all that's showing. The Icon, which is just another model pretty much, just has this thing. Let me go back to the 12C. Has this thing just hanging out in the Gulf of Mexico for the next 180 or so hours. So, I mean, really, the only thing that we really know right now is that this is still something that we still have to watch, and we don't know what the strength is going to be. We still don't know where it's going to go. We're just way too far out to talk about that just yet. So that's why I say always prepare for the worst. Make sure that you guys have your hurricane plans in place just in case of this. If this thing decides it wants to turn into a hurricane and decides to impact South Carolina in some way, you got to make sure that you're always prepared for stuff like that. So that's pretty much it in terms of the future. Let's go and let's talk about the week. So going through July the 28th through August the 3rd, let's check that out now. As we push this forward, you can see in terms of the oranges, the reds, you can see the blues as well. That's pretty much just showing the blue is a low pressure, which means unsettled weather and cooler weather. And then the red is nicer weather or fairer weather with hotter weather. So right now, South Carolina, it's inside kind of like the middle zone right now. It's not really being impacted by any type of nice and fair weather or any unsettled and cool weather. I mean, it is a bit cooler, which would explain why we're not inside any sort of hot zone or any sort of warm zone inside the red. But as we push this forward and as we move through, like, here's like August the 2nd, like late week, we start to kind of get back into that warm period as we get into August the 1st and August the 2nd. So warmer temperatures are pretty much on the way as we get to the end of this week. But then after that, maybe a bit more of a cool off, but then we get in this next period of just warm weather. So it's cooling down, but it's going to cool down slowly. But we will still see some warm up. So as we continue through the rest of summer. In terms of temperatures, though, let's check that out now. Here is the temperature anomaly for the next week. It's going to be warmer than average in South Carolina this week, mainly inside of the upstate and the northern Midlands, but the low country and PD regions of South Carolina, it will be not as warm or not as above average, but as the Midlands and the upstate, but still warmer than average. And then in terms of precipitation, below average precipitation is expected for, again, like the bottom half of the state, like the Midlands, like the lower Midlands, PD region, and low country. Below average rain is probably expected. And then the upstate is actually going to have above average rainfall as we move through the next 7 days. And that's it pretty much for the week forecast. So let's go and let's talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Let's see what the audience has to say for today. My name says, hello, Jay. You are great. Thank you. My cousin says, hi, Joseph. Hello. And then my other cousin says, hi. Hey, weatherman. Hope your weekend was good. Love you so much. You know your whole family is proud of you. Keep up the good work, and you're still number 10 in my book. Your cousin Cheryl. Thank you so much for that. And then my cousin that says, good evening, Joseph. Good evening to you. And let's talk about San Antonio and Raleigh for tonight. And then if we don't have any more questions, then I think that will about wrap this up. If we don't have any more questions after we talk about both San Antonio and Raleigh. If we move over to the ARRR and we go to the 18Z, we move backwards. And as we get to around tonight, not really a threat for rain for tonight, but then as you get into like tomorrow afternoon, and nothing for tomorrow afternoon, and then the day after that, no rain is really expected. So it's going to be a kind of quiet 24-ish hours. And then in terms of, let's go to temperatures real quick. In terms of temperature, let's go back to 9 o'clock p.m. Go up here. Here's low temperatures for tonight. Low temperatures for tonight seems to be around 76 somewhere-ish. And then tomorrow, high temperatures around 93. Low temperatures tomorrow around 76-ish again. And then high temperatures will probably be in the low 90s going into Tuesday. In terms of Raleigh, North Carolina for temperatures and precipitation. Then we'll talk about severe weather. Let me close that out. Over here in Raleigh, let me push this back and push this forward. Low temperatures tonight in Raleigh seems to be around 67 somewhere-ish. High temperatures tomorrow around 78. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 71. And then high temperatures probably in the mid-80s going into Tuesday. In terms of precipitation, and I actually did forget to talk about precipitation for South Carolina, so we'll go on and talk about that as well. In terms of precipitation for Raleigh, as we push this forward, no rain is really expected until you get to around 2 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, where showers will push through. And that's pretty much all that I'm seeing in terms of precipitation for Raleigh. Now let's talk about precipitation for South Carolina, because I did forget to talk about that for the next day or so. As we push this forward and as we go through the evening hours around Rock Hill, Gaffney, South Carolina around 10 o'clock, you can start to see where those showers were. It kind of aligns. That will push into North Carolina. And then as we push into around 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, it seems to be more showers will push through the low country and potentially through the Midlands as we move through those regions. And really, the models really aren't agreeing with what the National Weather Service was saying. They weren't really saying a lot of rain for the PD regions, but obviously the ARRR does. So we'll continue to watch for that, and probably should still maybe bring that umbrella with you tomorrow if you're going out. Look at this precipitation though as we move through like the Columbia regions, Orangeburg regions, and as it moves through again, low country of South Carolina, with the potential for some gusty winds and small hail. Would not be surprised one bit if I saw that. And then around 12 o'clock in the morning is when all this will fizzle out. And then more rain and showers and storms will push through again on Tuesday in the afternoon hours. And that's it pretty much in terms of rain for South Carolina. So I'm going to move it back. Here's your last look at the live radar right here for South Carolina. And that's pretty much all. So I am going to head out. Make sure that you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you guys have not already. We have 7 people watching and 6 likes right now. Hold on. We lost power today. It was a horrible storm this morning. I might have to check up on that. I might have to see if you were you inside like any like severe thunderstorm warning or something like that, because that might explain it. But well, I'll wait on that answer from you. But for everyone else, I don't have anything else. Like I said, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button as well. Share it with as many people as you know. It can be somebody that you met today. It could be one of your long-term family members. It does not matter who it is. Just share it, please. And I will be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update. So everyone have a fantastic rest of the day.